Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Makeup by Drexel here. If you guys are new here, welcome. So I've been an active working makeup artist for 9 years now, and I wanted to go in depth today with highlighting and contouring. Highlighting and contouring was made super popular by none other than Kim Kardashian West when she posted this photo right here. And since then, the makeup market has just exploded with numerous contour and highlighting products. If you guys are interested in how I achieve my highlighting and contouring goals, go ahead and stay tuned. But first, before we get to slaying, we gotta get to praying. May our foundations match our necks, our concealers be creaseless, and our wing eyeliners be sharp enough to kill. Amen. So first, you're gonna want to pick out 3 face brushes for powders. The brush that I chose is actually the Real Techniques powder brush, the Morphe M556 brush, and then a Japanese blush and contouring brush. The other 3 brushes that I chose today were the Real Techniques Instant Cheek Pop Brush, but I actually like to use that brush for under the eyes, a highlighting brush also by Real Techniques called the Setting Brush, and then a concealer brush by Morphe, the M224. I also chose to work with 2 sponges, the Real Techniques sponge and the Morphe Highlight and Contour sponge. So as you guys can see, I already have my base already put on. So I want to go ahead and I actually want to start with highlighting. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do that with my medium 1 Custard Soft Matte Complete Concealer by NARS. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to pick up that M224 brush from Morphe. What I want to do is I'm going to take that concealer and just in the hollows of my eye, I want to go ahead and I want to just conceal. So what is a highlight? A highlight is actually a concealer a couple shades lighter than your foundation color, and the whole point of a highlight is to actually bring forward, to bring light to. So where we really want to look awake. We want to look really awake under our eyes. We want to draw some light bing, right onto the forehead. You're welcome to highlight a little bit on the chin. I like to highlight a little bit in my cupid's bow, and then I will actually highlight down the brim of my nose. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take my Tarte Shape Tape in medium light, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to apply it to the places where I actually want to highlight my face. So for my contour, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take my Wet n Wild Makeup Studio Contour Stick in the shade Call Me Maple by Wet n Wild. I absolutely love this contour stick. It's super affordable. It's a perfect color. So I'm going to find my tragus, which is this little part that pokes out from your ear. Follow the hollows of my cheek. Where you feel the hollows of your cheek from your tragus is where you want to go ahead and contour. The purpose of a contour is to create a shadow. This is where you want to add some depth to the face. So I want to make my hairline to my brow appear shorter, and I'm actually going to contour right here around my forehead. And now to make the cheekbones appear a little bit more higher, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the same stick, and from where I ended that contour, I want to actually go ahead and draw a line. And so everybody's nose is completely different. So you want to go ahead and analyze your nose. I have more of a button-shaped nose, which means I have a little bit more cartilage towards the tip of my nose, and as my nose moves upward, I tend to get a slimmer nose. So the places that I want to contour on my nose is going to be directly underneath, and then I'm actually going to want to create a very thin line. What we're going to do now is we're going to blend everything together. I personally like to blend my highlighter first. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to use my Morphe Highlight and Contour Sponge. The trick with blending a cream contour is to remember to always blend upward. You never want to start bringing your contour downward and blending out the bottom, because what happens is your contour goes and it expands like crazy. So what ends up happening is like you got like this big blotchy patch of contour and not that beautiful defined cheek that you really want. So you just want to make sure that you're blending your contour upward and you're mirroring. The to do is you want to grab one flat edge of either sponge. I'm going to go for the Morphe Highlight and Contour Sponge, and I'm going to actually go ahead and set underneath my eye. So for this step, I'm going to be using my Makeup Revolution Luxury Baking Powder in the shade Lace. I'm going to take my flat edge, I'm going to dip it right into my powder. Go ahead and just start lightly packing my powder in. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to take Real Techniques large powder brush and Palladio's Mattifying and Perfecting Pressed Rice Powder. Wow, that's a tongue twister. Palladio's Pressed Rice Powder. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to set the whole face, and including the contour, because you don't want your contour to move. Lightly tapping into the powder and tapping it right onto the skin. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take this Real Techniques Instant Cheek Brush, but because it's at an angle, it works and it hugs right underneath the eye. So I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to dust off anything underneath the eye. This is probably my most favorite trick. I'm just going to take my Mario Badescu facial spray with aloe, chamomile, and lavender. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to take the other clean side of my Morphe highlight and contour sponge, and I'm actually going to go ahead and spritz this side of the sponge, and I'm just going to tap it right over the powder that I set underneath my eyes. I'm going to dig in to my Kokie Cosmetics Powder Contour Palette. If you guys have never seen this brand before, I picked it up at my local Walmart, and it's actually an exact dupe for the Kat Von D highlight and contour. I believe hers is the Shade in Light palette. I just want to go ahead and dust over mine to add back some depth. So I'm going to go in with the middle shade here, and I'm going to take my M556 brush, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to lightly re-contour over the set contour. And this is just going to add a little bit more definition. Here comes my favorite part. So I personally like to do my highlight second to last when it comes to my face. I like to do it before blush because I don't want it to come across in my blush. I don't want it to look like it's covering my blush. I like the pop of color to remain on top of my cheeks. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this Real Techniques setting brush, and I'm going to use my favorite highlighters of all time. This is the Twilight highlight from You Glow Girl by J-Cat Beauty, and if you guys have never seen this, this is what it looks like. It's absolutely amazing. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to just dig my brush into my highlighter. Right where my contour and my powder highlight meet is where I want to place my powdered highlight, my glittery highlight. So what I want to do is I'm doing little circular motions moving upward, and I want to wrap it around the brow because I don't want it to look like a streak. Because I want to be seen from outer space, I'm dragging it a little bit more forward. I want NASA to be like, what is that? That's my highlight, boo. And then for blush, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to use my Tarte blush. What I like to do when I apply blush, I like to go ahead and just smile. And right on the apples of my cheeks, going backward, I'm going to go ahead and blend in. Hope that you guys all enjoyed this tutorial and you guys learned something and took something away from this video. I hope that you guys drop some comments and likes down below. If you guys haven't already, click that subscribe button. You guys know what to do. I'll give you a second. Don't forget to turn on your notifications either, so that way you guys are always in the know when I go ahead and upload a new video. Until next video, guys, bye!